Alright lads, I am here on Achill Island. Across from me is Guilty's Pub, the most westerly pub in Europe. Next stop, New York City, baby. Kind of just turned out that it was the most westerly, or would it have been kind of on purpose for like a tourism thing, or is it just happens to be?
It just happens to be the last bar, like the most westerly pub on the face of the earth, really, because our neighbours, as you know, is the Statue of Liberty.
Yeah.
And you know, when we go into Kim Bay, that is the end of the road.
Yeah.
It's a cul-de-sac. We can't go any further. Yeah.
That's
so
amazing.
it is the last pub on the westerly side.
When you look on the map, you can kind of see a bit of Kerry, and you're wondering, is it out? But it's actual pub-wise, this is the last one. Yeah.
Yes.
And what would be the main sort of clientele? Like, would it be tourists or locals, or a bit of mix?
A mix. We would have a lot of locals returning since we got new chefs, and then we've got a lot of building going on at the minute on the island, so we would get a lot of the workmen also in. And the same in the evening time, you know, they would come back and have their dinner.
Yeah, but it is like I've been to, I think, the most southerly and the most northerly, and they're definitely a bit more remote than this. Like, this is remote, but there's definitely plenty houses.
Happening.
There's plenty happening.
So many houses. I think the population in the winter time and all, except for the summertime, will be maybe 2,500 people.
Yeah,
and in the summertime, you're talking 3 times that.
Yeah, so a lot of these houses would be kind of
a lot of them would be.
Summer.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And the last question: what's the most kind of asked for drink when people come in? What's the most popular drink?
At the minute, a lot of people are looking for local. A lot of the local. We have a local beer from the Banshee movie, and it's called the Banshee.
Oh, wow.
And it is made here. We have a distillery on the island, so we have Kim Bay Pink Gin. We have a lot of Irish American whiskies from it. Again, relating to the movie, we have JJ Divine, and that would have been the name of the pub that would have been on the Atlantic Drive in the movie. You know, purposely built and disassembled.
And was any of the movie shot on Achill Island?
Yes, we had right out here in our car park. We had all the trailers. We had Colin Farrell on. We did see him every morning, every day for like a month.
Because it was shot over a few different of the islands, isn't it?
Yes, well, it was shot in two different parts. Well, it was here on Achill Island, and it was in one of the Inishfear. Would have been there. But most of it would have happened here on the island. Between Kim Bay, there was a purpose-built village in the harbour in Portcheen, and then the JJ Divine, his pub would have been on the Atlantic Drive. So everybody tapped into this, and we've got the Banshee tour bus from here.
There you go.
And
gotta be done.
It has to be done. They pick up on different points of the island. They go as far as Westport and bring the tourists on. And it's Alan, the owner, that actually shows them around because he has the knowledge. He actually drove all the movie crowd around from scene to scene. So he has all of the banter, he has everything from...
Great stories to tell.
Brendan Gleeson used to sit over on that seat every evening, and he was the best storyteller.
Oh, geez,
then you had Colin Farrell, and you had all the other cast coming in. Barry Keoghan, I think Keoghan, So we had a lot
That's amazing. I had no idea. That's really cool.
And especially when they occupied the car park. Yes.
Okay, Brona, thank you very much. I'll let you get back to That's absolutely perfect. That's more than
brilliant.
Absolute pleasure. Thank you.
And the pleasure. Thank you. Thank you, Dara.
I know you're busy. No, that was absolutely
you got a good bit of information there.
Lads, a quick message from the sponsor of the video. These videos for fucking Achill, 4 hours up, 4 hours back. That's a lot of diesel, So a big shout out to my friends over at Manscaped for sponsoring the video. Manscaped, the best in below the waist grooming. And above the waist, they've got the beard kit coming out very soon. I'm not gonna lie, I use the same razor that I shave my balls with for my beard. So luckily I won't have to do that anymore with the beard kit when it comes out. So watch out for that, lads. They've also got new shampoos, conditioners, deodorants. A lot, they're really expanding. But if it's your first time shopping with Manscaped, I would send you in the direction of the Performance Package 4.0. It's got everything you need. It's got the Lawnmower 4.0, the best razor in the game, the Weed Whacker for your nose and ears, all the hard to reach places, the Crop Preserver, which I always say, if you shave that belly and tits and arse and everywhere back to bare, lash the Crop Preserver all over. It will really genuinely reduce the chafage. Go over to manscaped.com. Support me by supporting them. That's what I always say. Support the sponsors. We'll keep the channel going. At checkout, use the code POINTS20 to get 20% off plus free delivery. Back to you on Achill Island, Dara. Hey lads, that was a lovely chat with Brona. Big thanks to her for sitting down with me. She's flying around here. Actually very busy here. Like I was saying, doesn't really feel like you're in the middle of nowhere. It's a very, very busy spot. So what are we saying about the getting out done? We have to kind of go easy here because it's not like this place is saying they're the best Guinness or anyone has sent me here for the best Guinness, so I will be probably slightly easier in terms of the pint of Guinness, but very loud in the background. But if I come anywhere, I have to try the Guinness, let's be honest. So I was tempted to have a pint of the Banshee Lager, but gotta stick to what I know. So it also a glass, clean glass. Head is big, but not below the harp, so can't complain. Domage, average enough, but not too many bubbles in the head. Overall, looks like a really good pint. Sláinte lads, most westerly bar in Europe, and home to a lot of the filming of the Banshees of Inisherin, which personally I didn't really like the movie, but I get that it was pretty cool, so Sláinte. Fucking good point. Wasn't really, like I said, wasn't coming here expecting an incredible pint, just because I've just come to do the video on the most westerly bar in Europe. But by Jesus, I'm pleasantly surprised by that. Again, it could come into it that I've just driven 4 hours and 10 minutes from the other side of the country. But it is kind of funny that, like, obviously 4 hours, 10 minutes is a long time to drive, but it just shows how small Ireland is, that it only takes 4 hours and 10 minutes to get from one side of the country to the other. So like Americans, I think 4 hours, 10 minutes, I wouldn't even get halfway through the bleeding state in that time. So we are lucky that it's such a beautiful country and it is quite easy to explore. Fucking lovely pint. But yeah, my point, I think I went off on a tangent. My point was, a pint is always going to taste good after sitting in a hot car for 4 hours. So, oh yeah, but no, genuinely good pint. So yeah, I've now been to the most northerly, the most southerly, and the most westerly pubs in Ireland. Will I go to the most easterly? I believe the most easterly pub in Ireland is in... I suppose I'll have to visit that someday to make it 4 out of 4. But like I said, lads, in the last couple of videos, this will be the last video I post under the Guinness Guru name. After this, my next video should be a sort of little channel update, if you want. So I'm going to explain everything in the next video, so don't worry lads. But I just want to make sure that it's clear, this channel is not going anywhere. I'm not giving up the channel. I'm basically changing the name of the channel to my own name and going forward, still exploring Ireland and the rest of the world. I'll still be going to pubs, but I'm just going to add in a lot more sort of content. I'm fucking doing the explanation now, but in short, adding in anything like cool activities. Like I did a bit of surfing in Mundorn, I filmed a bit of that was cool. Hiking, fucking golf, sport, all that sort of stuff. So just broadening my horizons, but don't worry, there'll still be the odd pint in there. Anyway, talking of pints, back to this one. It's a really, really good pint. I suppose if I go to the most easterly, then I'll be able to do like which of the 4 points has the best pint. I think Farron's Bar in Malin Head is in the lead with like an 8.2 or an 8.3. It's honestly a lovely pint. Would not have a whole lot bad to say about it. Jesus, yeah, creamy. Very impressive pint. Honestly, very impressive. I would swamp them all day. The head was big, but I do think maybe if the dome was higher, the head would have been slightly higher. But I keep saying, lads, I don't mind a lot of head. That's what no, it doesn't work. doesn't always work with it, that's what she said. But I don't mind when the head is just above the harp, because I always remember Bose in Dublin, the head on that pint had the dome and the head was just above the harp, like, or even on the harp, and it was so creamy. So sometimes I'd much rather the head be a little bit bigger than little skinny head, you know, so big fat head like myself, mallet. Anyway, that's a cracking pint. I'm gonna have to go. It's gonna go above Farron's as my best, whatever the fucking way to say it, furthest point in Ireland pint. That's an 8.4 out of 10, lads. That's a really good pint. And I'm not just fucking saying it because I like the place. Cracking pint, not a whole lot wrong with it. Sometimes people would say, if there's not a whole lot wrong with it, why you only give it an 8.4? I mean, we've come this far. Yeah, you can't just be throwing out 10 out of 10s. 8.4 is an amazing score. Schlick. Really, really good. Overall, just a really impressive pint, and especially the fact that I wasn't like told to come here for the Guinness or anything like that. So I'm impressed. Really lovely spot. Massive thanks to Brona for chatting to me, and hope you enjoyed the video, lads. Sort of the end of the Guinness escapades for now, and we'll see you in the next video for a little update and a chat. Thanks for watching.